all Black women aren't convinced yet about Kamala Harris. I was on a call last night with some local elected officials in Los Angeles, and they were livid about that headline. It was a headline in the Los Angeles Times, and wanted to see Black women on that particular call last night push back on that. What's your sense about, are there Black women who still don't know about? Of course, there could be, but is that just a sensationalized headline?
I think so. I think that we see all kinds of different things about Kamala Harris that we're going to be like, what is that? Or what does that mean? Or why would they say that? And I think that right now we have an electorate that is still kind of meeting Kamala Harris, which I want to just note is a little bit weird to me because she's been our vice president for the last 3.5 years. Which was why Donald Trump's statement to me yesterday was weird. I'm like, it's not like we just met Kamala Harris. She's not she's been a known entity for a long time. But I think there are going to be plenty of different constituencies, including Black women and various others, that are still trying to get a sense of not just who she is, but what she stands for, why she's running, what her positions have been in office. And I think that one of the interesting things has been like seeing her favorabilities continuing to grow, right? We've seen how Kamala Harris's numbers in polling have continued to rise the more that people get to see her and the more people get to hear her voice and understand her perspective and see what she's trying to accomplish. And so I think that we have plenty of Black folks who don't see Kamala Harris's name in the headlines every day prior to 2 weeks ago, right? That aren't familiar with all of the different things that she's been doing around the country and around the world on behalf of the country. So I think it's reasonable that people are still trying to figure out who she is and what she's doing and what she wants. I think it's going to be interesting to see how she goes about accomplishing that. And I think a big part of that we'll see at the convention in a few weeks.
Yeah, Katrina, obviously you are in touch with a lot of Black women. You are a Black woman yourself. We're not monolithic. They're Republican Black women. They're independent Black women. They're Democrats. They're in the Democratic Party. We have mods and centrists and progressives. So what's your take on that? And where are, that group of Black women that don't know Kamala Harris yet? What does she need to say to them, and how should she be talking to them, since messaging is such a big issue in any campaign, and particularly in a campaign like this?
One of the things that we have to be careful about is listening to those media headlines that try to bring about divisiveness between the Black women. Black women appreciate Black women in leadership. Black women appreciate someone who is an advocate for their issues and their rights. And so I believe she has to make a louder voice in talking to the average Black woman who is not familiar with her, who only sees her as a Black woman who served as a running mate for a white president. But you do still have that. Realistically, you do still have women who feel like Kamala Harris has not done what she was supposed to do in her role as a VP. So she does have to bring to light all of her wins and all of her accomplishments. Even prior to being elected as the Vice President of the United States, she had several wins as a senator from California. And so she has to be able to communicate that to the everyday Black woman. I saw a lot of flack about the rally in Atlanta and her inviting Meg Thee Stallion, but sometimes that's what it's going to take to get to every.
What was the criticism of that you saw, Katrina?
I've seen criticism about her allowing Megan to sing the songs that she sang or to dance the way that she danced. And you just got to be realistic. Like you said, Black women are not monolithic. We have young voters who resonate with Megan Thee Stallion. We have young voters who want to get involved and want to do their civic duty and want to be a part of this movement. And the only way you reach them is by introducing them to someone who is relevant to them at that time so that you can bring your message to them.